Hey everyone, if you want to know everything about living in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, both the good and the bad, then subscribe to my channel and tap the bell for notifications. So you'll be the first to know about the current market in Toronto. I get calls, texts, and emails every day from people just like you looking to move from, to, or within Toronto, either moving up or downsizing. We truly love helping people, and whether you're moving in 9 or 90 days, give us a call, shoot us a text, or send us an email, and we'd be happy to help you buy and or sell. Today, we're going to talk about a CBC article that was just released a few days ago. It was a 2-minute segment about September 2025 new condo sales in Toronto, as well as in the GTA overall. I wanted to augment their video article with further detail. And, you know, it's not like it was misleading or being overly dramatic, but I did want to point out that they were talking about new condos only in that article. It didn't cover, and it wasn't part of its mandate to cover all of the sales in condos for Toronto and the GTA in September 2025. That's what I want to augment from their news spot. What we're going to do in this video, we'll check the data. Let's get into MLS listings for the month of September 2025. So we're going to be right in the raw data here. So let's do City of Toronto first. CBC covered both City of Toronto as well as the GTA. So let's start with City of Toronto only. So here's the area up here. And scrolling down, we're going to pick obviously condos rather than freehold. We'll stick with sale. We'll pick with unavailable rather than available because we're looking at sold units. There it is, sold. We don't have to pick a street number or name because obviously we want all of City of Toronto for this first one. Price range is irrelevant as well. What is important is sold date. So let's go to September 1st. And we'll keep it in September 30th. So the entire month of 2025. We'll actually type what we don't want. So all condos, with the exception of listings that are the locker, the random other, and parking spots by themselves. So we're going to hit not, and we'll get everything else except locker, other, and parking spot listings, which would obviously skew the data. Okay, any number of bathrooms and bedrooms, any square footage, has parking, maybe it doesn't have parking, doesn't really matter for our purposes here. Let's keep scrolling down. And finally, we're going to go to approximate age. We're going to reverse this. So let us pick new and then hit not. All of the condo sales that are not brand new in the City of Toronto, September 2025, 1,094 resale condos. Let us remove the new. So now we're looking at all condos, including the new ones that CBC mentioned. We're now at 1,134 units for everything. So brand new and all resale, 1,134 units. By the way, if you notice, it is not quite 53, it's off by about a dozen units. That's because if you've seen the CBC news spot, they were considering one of the sample units they were looking at was actually 2 years old, but never lived in. So it was not brand new in the sense of age, it was brand new in the sense that it has never been occupied or lived in. In MLS, essentially, once you're past registration, it's no longer considered brand new. So there's probably a dozen of the units are a year or two old but never lived in, is what CBC considered. It's still more or less in that total there. 1,134 condos, both brand new and resale, were sold in the month of September for Toronto. Okay, we're going to do the exact same thing, but this time for the GTA. Remember, GTA is City of Toronto plus the following regions: Durham to the east, and we have Peel, which is more or less northwest. We have York, which is north slightly east, and Halton is west of Peel. Now we're looking at a much larger area. So again, let's look at everything except new units. Right now that's the total, but let's just reverse it there. You're looking at 1,819, and if we do include the new, 1,891. Again, keep in mind some of what CBC was counting was probably units that MLS would consider older. They're not brand new anymore. They're probably 1 or 2 years old, so that accounts for the difference. But anyway, bottom line, brand new and resale, all of the Greater Toronto Area, you're looking at 1,891 sold condos. The ratio of sold resale to sold new condos is more than 10 to 1. That's not surprising. Resale condos right now are a great value. At the same price point, location, and quality level, an older condo is almost always less per square foot than brand new. If you're looking at, let's say, the $500,000 price point and looking at both brand new and resale condos, you'll end up with quite a bit more square footage with the resale condo at the same price point. Or if you're looking at condos only in a certain square footage, let's say 800 to 899 square feet range, you'll pay noticeably less for a resale condo compared to a brand new unit at the same square footage range. Currently, prices have dropped about 20% from the extremely high winter 2022 peak, which was a season before interest rates started rising. So obviously people were really kind of panic buying at that point. So a lot of competition, not very many listings, both condo and freehold. Prices were at their all-time high back then. So it's about 20% down from that high in terms of market value. Another factor that makes it a good time to buy a condo right now, there's a lot of inventory, so a buyer has a ton of choice and is likely able to avoid bidding wars. There's so many choice, you know, if it would not make sense to go into competition for a condo. You can always look at something very similar that isn't being offered on. My advice to look for a condo right now, as mentioned, the best value is resale. And when it comes to resale, look for a condo that's around 7 to 15 years old. That seems to be the sweet spot in getting a lot of square footage for the money. The building is old enough that all the teething issues when it was brand new have been worked out, but still young enough that possible maintenance issues for the building overall are still many years away. That's my recommendation. See you next week.